Hey everybody, my name is Jackie Enos and I am a health and fitness coach. And over on my personal Facebook page, I asked you guys, what would you like me to talk about with you? And I got several people commented and a lot of private messages about food, because we love to eat and we love good food, and unfortunately a lot of times it's our portion controls are out of whack and we don't know what to eat or how much to eat or what is a better source of a food category to eat. So I'm going to just briefly show you what I use. I'm representing it today in the 21-day fix, what's worked for most of my clients and coaches, and just kind of give you an idea of what you should be eating. But honestly, nutrition is key. So I know some people want to just go hardcore in the gym, or they think that they can completely eat whatever they want because they worked out for a half hour or for an hour on a treadmill or an elliptical, or they took a Zumba class and therefore they can eat whatever they want. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It's a lot harder to burn off the same amount of calories that you're eating. So it's super easy. Like, you have a teaspoon of peanut butter or a tablespoon of peanut butter. That's 200 calories right there. It takes a hell of a lot longer. It takes a 2-mile run to burn off 200 calories. So it's a lot harder to burn off the calories than it is to consume them. You can consume those calories right back and then some. So just because you work out or you think you work out really hard doesn't mean that you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, and how much of the food you want. So for those not familiar with the 21-day fix or the 21-day fix extreme, literally it is a fitness program that's 30-minute workouts, but a ton of the emphasis is on nutrition, because that is what's going to get you the actual results. That's how you're going to lose those last 5 pounds. That's how you're going to get your body to change its shape and everything. It's not just your workouts, although working out is great in so many ways. But nutrition is key. So this happens to be the 21-day fix eating plan. It's legit, that pretty much the exact same as those who have done the 21-day fix original. This one's the extreme. The only difference is there's a giant food list for each category in the book. And for the extreme, that list just gets a little smaller, meaning they decided to give us just the right food that has the most amount of nutrients. Okay, so even in veggies, there's a lot of vegetables, but some of them are going to be better for you, meaning that they're going to have less calories, less carbs and sugar, and more fiber and vitamins and nutrients than some other vegetables. That's why on the original 21-day fix, if you have it, your list of food might look a little bit longer, but your recommendation is always to choose from the top 1/2 or 1/4 of the list. Those foods are the most nutritious. So if you're going to eat something, you probably should eat what's going to give you the best results and the most nutrients. So we're just going to go through certain foods and show you the different containers and the categories. I'm not going to go through, so for those who buy it or decide to join my next challenge group and you want to try the 21-day fix for 30 days, then you'll get it and you'll figure out based off of your height and your weight and your activity level. So somebody that is barely 5 feet, maybe 110 pounds, is going to have a different amount of recommended calories and food consumption than someone who is 6 feet tall and however much they weigh. It's going to be different. And that's why there's a simple, easy to follow chart that helps you figure that out. And it's also based off of activity level. So if you lead a really sedimentary type of life, then your calorie bracket is going to be different than someone who's living a very active life, meaning that they are working out, but their job and most of their day, they're on the go and they're pretty active. They're burning calories all the time, even if it's not just their workout. So they're going to require more calories than someone who pretty much the only time they might move might be that 30-minute workout or whatever, and they have a very, like a desk job or a much more sedimentary life. They need less food, less calories than a super active person. So these are just kind of broken down for you by food group, by category. So we're going to start with your veggies. Now, the recommendation, I know everybody freaks out about these little containers. They're measuring cups is really what they're for. The goal is not that you're literally eating out of containers. The goal is just to help you visualize how much food you should be eating. So if it fits your container, and say you're given 3 to 6 greens a day, meaning you need to be eating 3 servings of vegetables, or maybe your calories are in the higher bracket, you need to be eating 6 servings of vegetables. This is literally just a measurement marker to making sure you're getting them in. You're gonna eat on a normal plate, but this is to help you portion with it. All right, so they all seem smaller, but when you're making a meal, you're combining your containers, and so then you're eating a full meal. So I'm not going to go through, oh, you should be having 3, and you should be having 6, and you need 5 servings. Those who decide to follow that program, they're going to get the booklet that tells them that. But general rule of thumb, you can always go more in vegetables. That's the number one thing that people skimp on because they don't like it. Raw vegetables are great. Cooked vegetables are great. You can make a really nice salad. Use one of your containers for your lettuce, but add in the vegetables because that's where you're going to get more nutrients and fiber in. And so that's why I recommend with this program or whatever. So making sure, let's just say, aim for no less than 3 servings of veggies a day. Many of you need more than that, but I'm not going to go through every category in the book. All right, so what's a good vegetable? I use spinach, and this is just organic baby spinach. And for those who follow my videos before, you know that I break my fast. I do intermittent fasting, which I still do with this program. I just make it work for my schedule. I like to put spinach and Brussels sprouts in with my egg whites and my ground turkey in the morning. So I'm getting 2 veggies and I'm getting 2 protein. So you can use spinach, you can use romaine. Do not use iceberg lettuce in your salads and think that it's healthy. Iceberg is like legit water, so there's no real nutrients in it. So go with a darker leafy green vegetable if you're making a salad. So any other vegetables that you like, if you like carrots, if you like celery, if you like cucumber, if you want broccoli, asparagus, all right, red bell peppers, add some color into that salad. Those are your vegetables. Tons to choose from. My recommendation is to stay away from corn. It is super high in sugar, and half of it's GMO, and it really adds very little benefit to you. So stay away from the corn. Cauliflower is great, but choose your bright, colorful veggies and fill them up. Eat those up. Next up, we have purple. This is your fruit. So I'm going to recommend that you go 2 to 4 servings a day, depending on your calorie need. So what is a serving? A serving is a medium apple. A serving is a half a medium banana. You could fill this cup up with berries. Berries are so beneficial for you. So go with your blackberry, your raspberry, your blueberry. You could go with a small orange. What else does he usually eat? He likes his bananas. If I have them, I usually have a berries or I have an apple. So think about 2 to 4 servings a day. And again, you can make this into a meal. So you could pair peanut butter with an apple. So 2 teaspoons of peanut butter with your apple. Or you could pour your berries on top of your Greek yogurt. Therefore, you're getting a protein, your Greek yogurt, and you're getting a fruit serving in with your berries. So that's a way to combine for a meal. And those of you who love Shakeology, throwing your fruit into your Shakeology. So I'll even add another cup of spinach into my Shakeology. It's super healthy to begin with for those who've not tried Shakeology. It's already got 70 nutrients. It's already got 6 servings of fruits and veggies in it. But who cares? Add a little bit more. So I'll always throw in spinach because it's a thing you cannot taste spinach in there. So I have my chocolate every day and the cafe latte, and you can't taste it. So I'll throw that in there. But you can also throw in a fruit. So, one of my favorites is a scoop of chocolate Shakeology and frozen cherries, and I'll just add a dash of cinnamon, and I call that Cherry Garcia, and it's really good. Another great one that everyone loves is chocolate Shakeology, 1 or 2 teaspoons of peanut butter, and half a banana. So that one's super great. It tastes like a treat, but it's super good for you. So that's another way to just mix in your containers. All right. So veggies, fruit. Next up we have protein. So a serving of 2 whole eggs is a protein, or I prefer egg whites. and they actually increase them a little bit for the Fix Extreme. So 6 to 8 egg whites is a serving. So again, you're measuring out with your red container. I eat a lot of lean meats. I don't really like red meat, so I pretty much stick to chicken and fish and turkey. I will do turkey bacon, although that's not an everyday item for me. I can make my own little like turkey meatballs or turkey burgers, prefer them over the store-bought stuff. And I just prefer egg whites every morning. So I mix egg whites and ground turkey, 2 proteins, and my Brussels sprouts and my spinach, 2 veggie. So I'm combining containers because I also do the intermittent fasting. So when I break my fast, that's my first meal of the day. So it's a little bit larger. I also do better without having several smaller meals throughout the day. Some people prefer multiple small meals for the day, and it works for their schedule. So again, the program is totally customizable to each individual person and based off of their needs. All right, so you want to be aiming, though. A lot of people are under eating in protein, and I see the best results when my protein is at a good level. And for my clients as well, once they start eating, like maybe they only had 1 or 2 servings a day of protein, and once they start following the plan, they're like, I'm fuller longer, my definition looks better, and everything is better. So increasing your protein, if for those of you who feel like they're stuck or they're at a plateau or whatever, that's a great one to do. So I'm going to recommend that you get 4 to 6. Those of you who would be in a higher category would need more than that, servings of protein a day. So that just gives you an idea. And anyone who's more interested, message me afterwards and I'll be happy to go over the plan with you and what would be beneficial for you. All right, so yellow, carbohydrates. This is the one that 99% of the population in general goes over, and they're eating like the wrong types of carbs. You're eating like high glycemic and white bread and crackers and cereal. And for me, I just feel like that's kind of a wasted carb, and a lot of them do not add any nutritional value. So for instance, last night, Ryan, I made him some quinoa. So all I would do, grab a different spoon. All I would do, so remember, you're making a meal on a plate. So I would give him some steamed green beans. We love green beans at night, so I would cook up some steamed green beans and put that on a plate after I measured it out for him. I would give him whatever serving if he was having steak. So he'll cook steak a lot more for him, or if we're having chicken or fish, I would measure out a serving of chicken, put it on a plate. And then it's time to give him his carb. So I would literally just measure out. And so another great tip for meal prep is to make a pot of something for the week. So I can make a pot for him for rice or quinoa or whatever, and then I can use it for multiple dinners or lunches for him throughout the week, and it's just already made. And I just have to portion it out into a container if he's taking it to work, or put it on a plate for him when he gets home from work for dinner. So again, it's quinoa, which is carb, but there is some protein in there, and it's got nutritional value. So for those of you who love bread, I'm going to tell you to go with a whole grain, even though if you follow me, I totally believe in gluten-free and grain-free. But if you eat it, then I would recommend you go with a whole grain bread over white bread. So there's your carb, right? And most people really just need, I think the lowest calorie bracket probably gives you 2 carbs a day. So if that's like an English muffin, or there's lots of healthy recipes that you can make with the carbs. Like you can make like pancakes that are healthier than the store-bought pancakes. Again, even if you want your pasta, just measure it out, and to make it fuller, use some of your veggies and use that spaghetti, right? That makes the veggie come out like spaghetti, and mix the two together would make it a fuller meal than just piling a ton of pasta. All right, so that's some carb. Let's talk about some healthy fat. So you get a healthy fat. This is for your hummus, your guacamole. We really like avocado in this house, right? So I'm going to try to do something tonight with avocado. So stay tuned if I make a video about tonight's dinner. But that would go in your blue container. So you get 1 serving of this a day. And then you get an orange container. And so this can be for your nuts and your seeds, so for snacking on. So for those of you who eat a lot of raw nuts, think about 1/4 a cup. That's a serving of nuts. So don't just eat out of that jar of nuts because they're friggin' addicting, especially if you get the ones with salt on them. And before you know it, you're probably eating half your jar. But also for cooking oils and for salad dressings. Again, I advise you to make, and there's several in the book, that are healthy salad dressings that don't have all the added basic crap and fillers that your store-bought salad dressings have. But you usually get a couple of teaspoons for your cooking oils or your salad dressing for the day. And again, you get these cool containers so you can just take it with you if you're making a salad and you're bringing a salad to lunch at work or whatever, and you would measure it out on that. So I happen to love using coconut oil. We also use olive oil. I just get, this one's like the 365 brand from Whole Foods. Most actual grocery stores now, though, sell coconut oil. So you could probably just go to your local Stop and Shop or Giant or Safeway and get it. So I hope that that helps you guys a little bit. I got a lot of questions about how much food should I be eating or what should I be eating. Again, those who are more interested in the program, I'd be happy to go more in detail with it. But aim for 3 to 5 servings of veggies or more. Keep it around 2 to 4 servings of fruit. Get 4 to 6 servings of protein. Again, this is going to be different for everybody, depending on your activity level and your height and your weight and everything. Carbs, it can be 2 to 5 or more if you're on the higher end calorie bracket. Healthy fats, all right? That's going to keep you fuller. It's great for your hair, your skin, your nails. It keeps things working. So don't completely cut out your fats. Get some healthy fats in. I highly recommend coconut oil. It has so many benefits to it. A simple Google search will give you some of those. And eat the rainbow, right? So make things colorful. Don't just stick to a lot of, so if you realize that you have a really plain, a lot of pasta, a lot of bread, a lot of browns and yellows, got to get some colored in there. So I hope that helps you guys on what you should be eating, what to eat, and how much. Thanks, guys.